you piece of trash. Damn, the monster's really coming for him, huh? It's a club fight. Only the trolls got the bigger club. And seems like some monster that was watching this fight repeats his words. Come to me, you trash. Whoa, bro, the monster's even got intelligence now. Damn, that's nasty. Number 2 is there pulling stones off the guy trying to save him. He asks if the guy can walk. He says he can walk at least. Normally he wouldn't survive something like this, but okay. Meanwhile, protagonist's there. The troll's massive. Grab that weapon. Number 2. Damn, are they gonna pull the sword now? Anyway, now's the time to use everything they got. Hits him with the devil's rock. No time to be picky. Eat this too, you damn brat. Number 2 eats it. Boom! Turned into a monster instantly. I thought it would take longer. Now he's all red and demonic, sword in hand. Crazy. Protagonist even asks, "You're still on my side, you bastard." Clone says yes, of course. The big monster seems confused. Wait, is it a monster or not? But protagonist, on the other hand, just gained a ton of strength stats. And best of all, no side effects for him. Time for the 1v1 against Trollzilla Man. Trollzilla drags his big old mace on the ground, ready to throw a boulder. Protagonist dodges, smashing a few. Damn, but now here comes the giant hand. The troll swings the sword, who's trying to cut him like butter. Bro, Clone got messed up bad. Monster comes swinging again. Protagonist so brave he charges head on. At least he's slower than the fishman was. Bam, he smacks the troll in the face, but the monster regenerates the hand and blocks. Then it's protagonist's turn to get smacked and tossed. Problem's gonna be that regeneration ability. He thinks fast and tells number 2 to take the troll's legs out. Number 2 slashes the muscle in the leg. Monster drops to one knee. Protagonist, with sniper precision, stabs each eye. Clone slashes the other leg to keep him down. The troll falls all twisted on the ground. Man, he's crying in fear. What? Monsters have feelings now. But protagonist ain't trying to hear it. Activates strike ability. Crushes the monster's skull. Man. Woo, our boy's exhausted. System pop-up. A ton of stats gained. But his hand's almost wrecked. That strike ability has its downsides, man. Protagonist stands up. Alright, time to find my sister. Wait, where's my phone? Give me back my phone, number 2. But then another explosion, bro. More monsters coming. Now it's a real mess. Spaceships flying around, armies arriving, a Godzilla's still wrecking the whole city, smashing every building. Some torpedoes hit its head. No, wait, that's magic. Rank 9 magic from the Red Flame Guild. The hunters arrive, motivated, ready to earn months' worth of salary. Man, they're confident, huh? Bam, big shot. Will they kill it? Explosions left and right. The guy in the ship says they've arrived at the scene. Hatch opening. Who? Is it just the elites, man? It's Park 1 Ta, leader of the top 3 guild. An evil dives at the enemy, but the tank already has heavy weapons ready. This fight's looking pretty even, for once humanity's actually using weapons properly. Some guy runs up yelling that Godzilla's getting away. Says there's already too many people on Godzilla. Let's go do something else. Golden armor pharaohs, piles of bodies. Some people happy, some crying. One dude lost his woman but's grinning like crazy. What's that smile about, bro? Oh, he was just a scumbag. Makes sense. They find some survivors. Those survivors surrounded by a gang. And it's our boy and his squad. One Taz impressed. Wait, a hunter? He's holding up pretty well. The only bad thing is, with just 2 people, they won't make it. Ah, that eye skill of his. He was seeing way off in the distance, bro. Already tells them to head north and get ready for the rescue. Though dang, activated Batman wings, people getting real modern now. First time the story's got tech working along with powers, you know. Sometimes in these stories, it's like humans went back to Neanderthal times, no tech at all. Our poor little protagonist is their man, and the problem is, it's not easy. He's exhausted after taking down the big fatty. But there's a mom and daughter there. You think he's gonna run, bro? Everyone go underground. Leave me here. The crowd's like, no way. You're gonna die, man. He tells number 2 to cover the rear while he escorts the people. But goblins are coming. What's gonna happen? Oh, protagonist saves the man. It's not easy. Bullets flying everywhere. He can't even use his skills much now. That last big strike move drained all his energy. And now a giant black chicken squad shows up. He dodges a peck that starts blowing fire, smoke, or something. The attack's heading toward the people. He orders his clone to jump in and shield them with his body. Damn, these clones are basically Marvel heroes now. The big chicken's about to launch another attack, but then something else drops on it, smashes it. The giant tiger shows up. What the heck? Could it be Park 1 Ta? Man, is he the real deal? I think so, cause here comes the drama. Our boy protagonist collapses on the ground, exhausted, no energy left. When he opens his eyes, guess who's standing in front of him? The Chat himself, all swagged out, barely touches his sword and a cut just appears. Man, this dude's stylish. Is everyone okay? He asks. Protagonist already like, who are you, bro? Boom, monster's head falls off. It's Park 1 Tae, the top guy of the guild. Just had to throw in a rhyme, huh? Meanwhile, down in the underground shelter, protagonist's sister wants to go find him. But clone number 3 won't let her. "I don't allow it," he says, no orders given. She wants to leave, but the clone's too strong. The parents tell her to stop making a fuss, but she says she knows something's wrong. Why hasn't he come back yet? The dad says, "When I saw him busting down doors, I understood he's a hunter. All they can do now is trust him." Then someone's banging at the door. "Help! Someone help." Oh boy, I'm already thinking it's that monster, right? The one that was learning from protagonist earlier, for sure. The people inside don't want to open the door because there's some passcode only apartment residents should know. Who could it be? Oh, looks like the sister's about to do something dumb. Thinking it's someone protagonist saved coming to deliver a message, she opens the door. But it's someone all messed up who apparently was being manipulated by the enemy. He charges in. It's a screaming firefly, a Class B monster. Now it's a real mess. Everyone's running for their lives, and the sister's face to face with it. Protagonist Clone 3 rushes in to save her, but man, it's Clone 3. He's still missing an arm. He tries to stab the monster in the middle of its forehead, but something goes wrong. Boom, he gets impaled. Oh my god, the sister gets impaled too. Man, this is a disaster. Damn, now protagonist probably gonna awaken some crazy SS class power after this loss. The parents are desperate, the sister collapses on the floor. Clone 3 grabs a weapon, activates the emergency fire sealing system, kicks the monster out with a big jump and locks the door to protect everyone else. Now the question is, will she survive? That was a deep stab, man. Back to Part 1, he apologizes for being late and holds out a hand to help protagonist up. Protagonist recognizes the name. He just didn't expect him to be that strong. Protagonist introduces himself and thanks him for saving him. But it's Part 1 who thanks Prota for saving so many people. Little does he know protagonist couldn't save his sister. Protagonist, they're all shy like, it was nothing. Everyone's praising him. Man, this is gonna break our boy later. Right now he's all happy, but yeah. Part 1 Taz like, calm down, hero. He remembers seeing the clone vanish right as he arrived, and now he's wondering, who the heck was that guy? What made something like that exist? But he asks protagonist, right, are you a hunter? He says yes, but it hasn't been long. The guy then says, all right, tell me, what's your ability? Protagonist didn't want to reveal it, but come on, the guy saved his life, he can't really hide it. So he's about to say, my ability is, but wait, it's right then that he loses the connection with number 3. Already grabs the sword off the ground himself, bro doesn't care about anything else. Runs off screaming that his family's in danger. Ta realizes something serious is happening. He calls for a rescue team to stay back and escort the survivors. Meanwhile, protagonist is running like crazy, but the demon's sword keeps whispering to him, stab, kill, die. Damn, and even he's starting to lose it. He activates his dash ability, but then, scene change. Damn it. Some dude with a mustache is loading up a fire bullet, boom, shoots it at Godzilla. But nothing happens, man, that thing is a tank. Everyone's trying to focus their spells on the same spot, but it's not working. One guy who's using poison, bro, he can't even get his sword deep enough into the monster. People are starting to realize this isn't about competing to see who kills the most. They need to work together. But then someone shows up, work together, paffed. Whoa, is he a badass? People are like, bro, what are you doing here? He says, I just came for the money. There's a paycheck waiting for me. Someone with absolute power doesn't need teamwork, he says, already launching a rain of meteor torpedoes. Meanwhile, down in the shelter, protagonist's dad is trying to stop his daughter's bleeding, begging for an ambulance, anything. The mom's desperate, but man, it's looking bad. Something sparks at the door. Dad looks. Something burned past it. Damn, some monster slipped through. The sister, lying on the ground, tells them to run. There's no saving her at this point, but the cursed Firefly monster speaks through her, like she's begging not to die like this. The parents clearly aren't gonna leave her behind, bro. But look who shows up. They lock eyes. Protagonist looks completely unrecognizable to his dad, like he's possessed. It's only when he sees his sister broken on the floor that he snaps for real. He had calmed down for just a second, but now he was full rage mode. He sprints forward, slashes the monster. Looks like he cuts off an arm, but gets hit too. Protagonist writhing in pain, but the monster actually seems to enjoy it. And just like what happened with the fish monster, the more blood the sword tastes, the crazier the user gets. Round 2 is about to start, but the monster's got like 200 legs, and it's right up in his face. Then suddenly, he gets saved by a colleague. Tay arrives too. The monster's still there, but protagonist collapses right into Tay's arms. Nice. Ta launches a flying kick at the Firefly, blasting it far away. The girl who helped protagonist says he's seriously injured. Now that I'm seeing it, dude's missing an arm, is it just me, or what? Apparently he's going into berserk mode. She activates a mana transfer, throwing energy onto him, but he's still spiraling, Koringa style. Tay asks how he's doing. She says he's not doing well at all. Kill that monster now, she says. Man, he really is in bad shape. Then he barely mutters something. Stave, my sister. She's over there. He tells them to forget about him. Damn man, One Ta promises him that neither he nor his sister are going to die. Yeah, bro, but you're gonna have to get through that monster first. Tells protagonist to rest. Soon, it'll all be over. Looks like protagonist finally passes out. At the Hunter Association, the situation is spinning out of control and everyone's wanting to evacuate. That's when that villain-looking dude, the top guy from the #1 guild, shows up for a meeting. And this was before the official disaster announcement. He was the main one against making the announcement public, saying the whole city would shut down, and since they don't know exactly when the disaster will hit, it would be terrible for the country. Above all, they'd blame the association for making everyone lose so much money. Then the old man says, "So what do you want us to do?" The guy replies that we just can't tell the public there are going to be classic creatures. That way they dump the blame on whoever refused to evacuate. The association's leader disagreed with this. After all, a lot of people would die. But the Sekko said that's the best part. Besides, anyone who hasn't awakened or isn't at least rank D is useless nowadays. Then he threatened him, man. He put his hand on the old guy's shoulder. You think I'm asking for this? Damn it, man, does this guy run everything? The scene cuts to the Protag or the clones, and I never know who's who anymore. While the clones train hard, he just snacked on chips, man. Junmo called him and said he shouldn't leave only the clones training. He's wasting his chance to be one of the best hunters. The Protag says it's all good. He doesn't really want to be a hunter. He just wants to make money. That's when Junmo's expression changed. So that's why you've ended up like this, right? Is that enough for you? He's already seeing everyone in his family who died. Could it be? It can't be. Even his sister begging to be saved when he finally wakes up in the hospital. It was all a dream. He woke up completely drained, man. One Tae asks if he was having a nightmare and tells him not to move too much. The Protag agrees, man, but all he feels is pain. One Ta says the doctor explained his condition is pretty bad. The wound was very deep, but he was lucky. The Protag just says thanks, but One Ta tells him it was nothing, and that he wants to talk to him about something, though it's not time yet. His father and mother rush in, desperate, man. Did we lose our daughter? That's what I want to know. The scene switches to a doctor saying the surgery was a success. They just need to keep monitoring him since he's still recovering. Protag, surgery. Calm down. How many days since the portal? 4 days. All the big monsters have been killed. Only a few low-class ones remain. The Protag says he doesn't remember anything before he passed out. Then he asks, man, where's my sister? What happened to her? No one says anything. They just hang their heads. Our Protag presses, why isn't anyone talking? Is she in the hospital bed? The doctor explains they treated the abdominal wound, but she was infected by a manhwa virus. Sometimes when someone is wounded by a monster that came through the portal, they get this virus that drains all their energy. Most of the time, it doesn't cause many problems. People have different mana traits, so most of these viruses die without absorbing or breaking down any mana. But very rarely, someone's mana matches the virus perfectly, and then they can't live normally anymore. The Protag asks, how do you cure that man? The doctor says, man, there's currently no cure, unless he gets help from an S-class healer like some guy named Bless, or he acquires certain healing items from the other side of the portal. But you know all that, man. It's going to be extremely expensive. Yeah, kid, you're screwed, huh? Now the Protag is beating himself up. If only he hadn't helped the others. If he prioritized his own family. Honestly, Protag, you really should have helped your family, dumbass. You think you're the hero of a webtoon streamed on YouTube? You're just a kid. Man. Just thinking, man, if he'd been a bit stronger, remembering how strong One Ta was and how strong that beast was, if he had the ability to save everyone, maybe he just needed to work a little harder. Back in his room, man, a light appears. Finally, a moment of joy. She's shown up all beautiful to visit the professor. The Protag asks if everyone in her family is okay. She says yes, they got to the shelter quickly. She found out the Protag was in the room getting that muscly friend's contact info. He passed along his parents' contact, and that was it. She's a bit embarrassed there, right? She asks him to get better soon because she still has a lot to learn from him. But protagonist already says, bro, I need to talk to you about something. I'm dropping out of college. Yeah, my boy's about to start dungeon grinding. It's time to begin solo leveling in this mess. We're gonna get strong. 2 weeks later, our boy already disappeared from the hospital. His recovery was super fast. Look at him, bro. Shredded in muscles and shredded from being shredded too, right? He told her what happened to his sister and said he wouldn't be able to keep tutoring her. He apologizes, right? She just stands there a little awkward, says it's okay, arigato, and leaves. She even says she knows maybe he won't reach out to her, but he's going to regret it because she's going to get into the college he told her about and get herself a boyfriend. She says it's good that when that happens, he better not come running back. Damn, he's totally red-pilled. No wafers here, man. Regret? He doesn't even have time for that. Damn, he's heading to the dungeon. Already in the taxi, looking up some info about One Tae, crazy to get into a good guild. The boy's already standing at the front door of Canis HQ. The receptionist walks up. How can I help you, sir? He says he wants to meet the captain. She asks, you got an appointment? He's the real deal. He says the captain invited him, but the crazy lady still says, look, without an appointment, someone cuts her off. Big bearded dude. Are you Sang-woo? Damn, dude's like 13 meters tall. Yeah, I'm Sang-woo. Beard guy turns around. He's a guest. All right then, go ahead. The captain's waiting for you. Captain's there staring at a painting on the wall, obviously mourning someone too. Someone knocks as the boys arrived, and the captain tells him to come in. The guy says he's happy to see Protagonist made it back safely. Just curious how he recovered so fast, right? Protagonist says it was thanks to being saved by one Ta that he didn't get worse injuries. The guy says, I just did what anyone should have, kid. But Protagonist doesn't accept it, says it was way more than the obvious. He didn't just save him, he saved his whole family and rushed everyone to medical care super fast. Saying thank you isn't enough. Protagonist curious though, why did the guy go so far for him? He heard at the hospital they even got a private room. Not to mention his parents received support for staying at the hospital, and Jiwoo got a special man invasion ITU. Protagonist wants to know, what do you want from me? The captain clenches his fist. He says he also has a sister, and she disappeared along with her team members. Maybe one Ta saw himself in Protagonist who almost lost his sister. Protagonist says he's grateful but feels in debt. So why did the guy want to meet him as soon as he got better? One Ta says he wants to know the ability Protagonist couldn't tell him last time. Your clones are real bodies, aren't they? Including that one that threw itself in front of the attack to save a civilian. Protagonist says he wasn't planning to hide it, but yeah, that's his ability. The guy then says he'll be direct, he needs Protagonist. Please help us rescue the first team of CLONES Guild. Just like Protagonist saved other survivors without expecting anything. He's not asking his payback for what happened before. He believes Protagonist is the only one who has a chance to save his sister and the others. He even bows to Protagonist, who remembers when he was desperately begging to save his sister. So right, you saved my family once, so right, it's my turn now. I'll do my best. That's it, bro. Now tell me, what do I do to rescue them? You already all geared up? Wait, what place is this, bro? You're going to train, dude. The guy says he knows the faster a rescue happens, the better the chances. But they're not rushing, because his sister has an ability that guarantees survival supplies for 8 months. Second thing, the dungeon level is really high. Even a teen with B-rank combat ability couldn't escape from it. Protagonist gets it now. You're too weak for this yet, man. There's only one way to fix this. He's standing there in shock. What you're missing are stats. You can't depend only on battle sense in a fight, especially since yours already reached its limit. Protagonist is there laughing, ha ha ha, wait a minute, man. The guy just says, it's a shame, but that's just how it is. Endure it. Bam, he went for it. No, he's about to get beaten up. Junmo was watching the conversation with Protagonist, who asked not to go hunting for a few days and hasn't contacted him, until he shows up, looking destroyed. Dan, what happened to you? It's me, Sangwoo. Dude, what the hell happened? I got beat up, that's it. They chat a bit and Protagonist tells him everything that happened. Junmo's like, your sister got infected, and you're okay. Protagonist says he's fine and explains he accepted the mission from CLONES Guild. Junmo says he gets it, and Protagonist tells him to update his contact info to clone number 2 because he's using another phone since he lost his old one. The guy's like, dude, you don't need to, just back up the contacts. Protagonist says he's not gonna back it up. Junmo goes, why not? How are you gonna find your friends, the people you knew? Obviously, the waifu is harder to lose, already missing her. But Protagonist says it's for the best. Then Junmo asks, wait, then why are you so wrecked? Protagonist says, well, I have to train with one Ta. Junmo even wants to call the guild to complain like, who beats up a kid like this? Protagonist like, nah, chill. He understands that one Ta is desperate, wanting to save his sister. Today he got beat up, but he's planning to use the clones for attacks too. Junmo just sighs, kid, next day, here we go again. Brought a friend today? Brought your clone. How'd you punk? Yeah, man, they both went at it and both came back wrecked. Next day, now there's 3. Came back 3 wrecked. The day after that, now it can't be right. The clones. Okay, man, we got 4 now. Will it? Nope, nope. Everyone came back wrecked. Ah, crap. Junmo goes to talk with the gang. Everyone's beat to hell. Protagonist says the guy's just way too strong. Even copying the guy's movements, there's not much he can do. The stat gap is way too big. He needs to think of something until he gets an idea and asks the guy, can I? Or something like that. Yeah, sure, man. Are you sure? Protagonist says yes. We won't find out what it is. He says, okay then, let's try it. Next day, Protagonist comes in. Hey, sir. Oh, are you tired of getting beaten up yet, kid? When he looks, Protagonist fed everyone with the devil's stuff. Who got him that mess? Obviously Junmo, right? Bought more than enough. The demon squad is standing face to face. Taewon wants to know what he did to the clones, but he just wants to throw hands, man. Enough talk, come at me. Took a hit to the back first, but retaliated. Thought it was gonna be easy. He says Protagonist mentioned clones have half his stats, but with this stuff, they're almost on equal footing. However, Bam, he says, your clones are stronger now, but their greatest advantage, precision, dropped a lot. Looks like you gave them too many jewels. Protagonist slashes through, at least I didn't become a monster. Bam, even pulling the Glock. Bam. Damn, he tanked that too. Oh, fire. The guy even says, a mana bullet won't hurt me. Damn, he needed this beating. Pulls off a super stylish move. Beats them all up. Just hitting hard isn't enough. You need to concentrate your mana between you and your sword like you're one. The little Shopee knife even shattered. Poor protagonist laying there on the ground. No chance, man. But he has no intention of stopping at rank C. The dude's at rank C, and I didn't even know. What I know is that he charged forward, man, thinking that his decision to get stronger wasn't because that guy asked. It was the feeling he had when his eyes opened in the hospital, a feeling of helplessness for having to trust his family's life to someone else. That changed him. Now he hates himself for having been weak and has no intention of stopping. Man, we fast forward 6 months. The boy's gonna be scary. Already at the Sealdong Station hunting grounds, a kid took one in the jaw and collapsed. Some thugs were heading into the hunting grounds, but someone else was arriving too. The Guardian. Oh, can't you see the situation, man? I paid for my entrance. The guard, you stupid idiot. This hunting ground belongs to the Silver Moon Guild. Not sure if it's protagonist or a clone. All I know is next second, the punk's already on the ground. Damn, they're all writhing. Thinking you're gonna block the capitalist from making money? You're crazy. The punk started surrounding protagonist. They got mad, but come on, man, background characters are hopeless. Talking trash. We're all D-rank hunters. Think you can handle us alone? Protagonist like, alone? Who said I'm alone? He calls his squad. What's that about alone? Bam, they got wrecked. Meanwhile, Junmo meets with Won-ta. What's going on? Won-ta came to visit him late at night. Junmo's like, what you want at this hour? He says he's got a little thing, that business. Here it is. He stares at the paper. So these were his initial stats. He evolved all this in 6 months. Won-ta's like, yeah, I think he's a different species. Does he already have enough to execute the plan? Won-ta says he had thought of a backup plan in case protagonist didn't grow enough, but man, this growth is monstrous. From 1.4 strength to 19. Regeneration from 0.4 to 18. Damn boy. It's time to start the rescue mission. Won-ta is still thinking, not to mention that the clones are stronger than their stats suggest. How strong is this punk now? Who's there beating up extras at the dungeon gate? Until the guard says, enough kid, stop that. Protagonist like, stop what? You know they started it, right? The guy grinding his teeth. Protagonist even tells the clones to break the punk's phones so they can't call for backup. The ones who wanted to go into the dungeon are like, yeah, let's go to another one. Already inside Sealdong Station's hunting ground. Who's there? Who are you? A collector. Holding a gem? What's going on? Oh damn, it's bald, angry guy from the start. And apparently he's someone's slave now, just gathering items. He heard footsteps and went to apologize. Yeah, I'm almost done. A protagonist takes a look. Oh, look who it is. Long time, old man. The guy's like, wait, you're the Chifuno rabbit guy? What are you doing here, man? Protagonist already face to face saying, let me ask you, you're way too weak to be in a D-rank dungeon. So what are you doing here? Judging by your equipment, you're not here to hunt. He sees another guy gathering stuff too. I get it. You guys are trapped here by the Silver Moon Guild, weren't you? Well, I don't pity you at all, but explain what happened. Don't even worry about those guys at the gate. Already showing a picture of everyone wrecked. The guy's like, what's that, man? They were all D-rank. Protagonist's like, shut up and explain. Okay, Gam. The guy explains that in some dungeons, monsters fight each other. And what the guild guys do is trap the weaker people inside just to collect stuff, because it's not worth it for them to farm. And to get out, you have to meet a gem quota, which takes forever, basically trapping you inside. Especially if you join the wrong guild, you end up with a pile of debt. Not to mention that if someone dies farming gems, it's just another lost hunter. Protagonist compares it to when he had his clones gathering, and these guys doing the same. Protagonist just tells the guy to leave before he changes his mind. The guy thanks him and leaves, but wait, leave the gem, buddy. What? You thought you were keeping everything. Protagonist already tosses it into number one's hand, eat it all. Damn, all of it, man. Well, what can you do, right? He's already there, the glutton. Our boy's gonna take the chance to gather some gems. But right there, a crazy person comes running, fleeing from a rank C abomination in desperation, or maybe it's a crazy woman. You'll operator Kim Hyen, buddy? Maybe? Or not, man, I don't know. The artist only draws women with short hair, so I'm confused. They almost get hit, but our boy shows up just in time to save them. Throws them aside. Who are you? Just your savior. The monster's coming, man. The buddy, there is desperate. Why'd you bring that thing here? Protagonist says, relax. Oh, and look, his clone's jacked. What the hell? The buddy tries to run away again. Protagonist grabs them. Don't run. Explain everything. Explain what? Look at that thing. They're terrified, but the clones are over there fighting. Explosions going off. Protagonist all calm. But then it looks like the clone gets smashed. My clone lost? How? He even roasts him. Oi, clone, how'd you lose after eating so many gems? He says, stay put. I fed you so much, let me concentrate. The madman pulls out the cursed sword, no fear. Cuts into an arm, sliced it off. Protagonist going psycho, slashing all over on the poor girl. Pretty sure it's a girl, is just confused. But he's still affected by the curse, flashes back to the monster that killed his sister, almost loses it, but calms down. Monster's hand comes swinging, but he spawns 50 clones, pulls the sword for a heavy blow and cuts it down. Protagonist still mutters, "I hate using this sword." The girl is like, "Did you beat that thing alone?" Protagonist like, "Told you I would," then checks on number one. "You okay, man?" Number one isn't looking good. His wound isn't healing. The girl explains that the abomination's bone sword has a curse. They'll need a healer. Protagonist all, "Damn." But she asks, "Wait, is that guy even human?" Protagonist says yes. She thought it was just a troll in a cap. She hesitates and hands him something. "Give this to him, it'll help." Protagonist looks at it. There's a skull floating in here. You sure about this? But he has no choice. Dumps it into the clone's mouth. Some smoke and venom come out. Oh, Protagonist says, "Looks like it worked." Clone looks healed. He thanks her. But she says he'll only be fine for a while. His life force will drain. Her ability is poison conjuration. The higher the level, the more potions and poisons she can create. That thing she gave was more potion than poison, technically, but still dangerous. She warns that his life force will drop dramatically. Protagonist's like, "Oi, you heard that? You're gonna die, so go hunt quickly." She looks at Protagonist from above. "Well, I told you my ability, now tell me yours. What are you? Why do you command these monsters?" She's never heard of someone this strong at rank B. Protagonist says, "Of course not, I'm rank E." She's like, "Rank E? No way. How could someone at rank E hunt here?" But Protagonist's not here for chit-chat. Relax. I'm the one asking questions here. Oh damn, that's cold. Meanwhile, back at the YOLO Guild's warehouse, some guys are hauling boxes. They call over a cute girl who might make Protagonist smile. She's all blushing. What's going on? Another girl asks, "You weren't like this. Why are you gathering stuff?" The cutie says it's because one tag asked for a favor. Why does he want so many of these stones? Man, is Protagonist gonna eat all of it? What a glutton. Back on the train after Protagonist slash, the girl's all, "Man, he reacted like that just because I asked his ability." She's wondering if maybe he's bad news. Maybe she should show some trust. "You can talk to me if you want," she says, trying to stay cool. Protagonist turns around, seriously? The idiot was just a fool. Protagonist stands up, saying that when she was running away, she mentioned the High Song Guild. So right, what's the deal? She says, "You're a hunter. How do you not know that?" Protagonist says he's a hunter for just a short time. He doesn't know the guild's shady dealings, tell me. She explains that Silver Moon is a puppet guild for the High Song Guild, and they do all kinds of dirty work. High Song Guild, which belongs to the top one guy, that mustached psycho. Protagonist, so you were also caught by the High Song Guild? Or you? I don't know. Suddenly remembering someone who got wrecked, right? And she says Protagonist doesn't need to know that. Now I'm confused, a guy is appearing, but it's drawn like a girl, I don't know anymore. Protagonist stands there. She's freaking out, kinda shy. What's going on? Protagonist just leaves. "I already got my info, arigato, adios, I'm off to hunt." "What? You're leaving already?" "Well, if you don't want to stay, head to the gate." "All right then." And he left. But man, I thought she or he was going to follow, but she cloned back onto our boy. He says he thinks her ability is impressive. She says she doesn't like it though, since it has a lot of side effects and is basically just for killing. Protagonist hands her Junmo's card, saying, "If you're scared of High Song Guild and don't have a better place to work, contact here, okay?" The agent there also hates High Song. "Damn, now goodbye to you, my dude. Off to wreck some monsters." Thinking maybe he should have tried harder to convince her since that poison ability would be useful for his clones. Protagonist referred to her as he, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. Number one, who was in the middle of the fight, collapses and disappears. That's the side effect of the poison, right? It's not all that great. Since he was outside of cooldown, he resummons the dude who shows up naked. "Put some clothes on, you punk." "All right, all set. Now back to hunting." "But someone's watching, man. These beefy guys, what are you staring at our boy for? Looking shady, aren't you?" These two crazy dudes seem like other guys who were gathering gems and are pissed that Protagonist kicked everyone out. They decide to keep hunting for valuables until they find a puddle of refined liquid crystal. Dude, one small puddle of that stuff is worth 100 times the other gems. It increases stats by 0.5, but obviously, it turns you into a much crazier monster and not the good kind. Blondie says it's better not to eat that stuff, even if it boosts stats. Not worth turning into a monster. But the guy talks about DEP, a place that processes these items so humans can use them. Of course it's illegal, but who cares, right? Since DEP is buying all the gems, whoever sells them is making bank. That puddle is a pool of gold. Tomorrow they're coming back to take it all. They shut the door and leave. That door immediately opens. Dude, look who's there. She was being followed by the clone but managed to lose him. Or did she? She's already looting everything, shoving it all inside her clothes because she said she's weird now. If it were a guy doing that, it'd be even weirder, right? Meanwhile, there's a crowd running, chaos, she blends in and runs along. The nearby clone didn't notice a thing if she escapes, happy as can be. and protagonist keeps stacking up his cash, man, until he gets a message. Tomorrow, come to Canis Guild, it's time to explain the mission. The next day, the guys who found the liquid crystal in the dungeon went back, and it's all gone. Damn, dude, the guy even strangled a guard. Damn, guards are useless. Already yelling, who the hell did you let in here? The guard getting wrecked says that the only people who entered were the guys who beat him up, meaning protagonist's crew, and the people who were evacuated afterward. He lets go of the guard, remembering those crazy dudes. How the hell am I supposed to fight those monsters? Meanwhile, the girl is fleeing through the night, thankful that she met Prota. Otherwise, she would have been finished. At least she got some gems out of it. She crouches to check her loot, and the little business card falls from her pocket. She looks at it and remembers protagonist saying, your ability is great. If you ever need a place, call this number. But then, damn, she trashes protagonist, calling him an idiot. She even says she won't go just because he praised her. Damn, why the hate? Anyone remember? Odin's Tower, the jumper George Lucas. Mom, you're good at jumping, George, right? During the meeting, Ta-Won says it's in Odin's Tower where Team 1 is trapped, including his sister. Jun-Mo is confused, and protagonist asks what Odin's Tower even is. This guy's the most uninformed hunter ever. Ta-Won explains it's a different dungeon, it has an entrance, but no exit. The only thing connecting this dungeon to the outside world is mana, and the only way to contact them is by using telepathy. Besides, the only way to leave that place is either by finishing the dungeon or using a teleportation skill. Oh, that's why protagonist and his cloning are so OP. He can send his boys in to collect info and transfer it back. Is that the plan? Can he pull it off? Protagonist asks, but wait, couldn't Team 1 escape with their strength? Ta-Won lowers his head, saying they had given the team a way to escape. Protagonist, then why didn't they? Luffy closes his face. I'll explain everything that went wrong with Odin's Tower. Damn. 5 years before the big disaster of 2005, his sister unlocked a skill, right before the disaster ended. Damn, at 16, he was already chopping rats. His 9-year-old sister came to give him some food. Those were humanity's dark days, and his sister's subspace storage skill, basically Minecraft inventory, saved them. They survived near-death experiences together. She could store things and even people inside. One time she caught a fish. What was that fish face? A few years later, she slapped her brother upside the head. She became Team 1's leader, and damn, she was fierce. One Ta said it was only safe to enter Odin's Tower with someone who could teleport. But his sister said they had scrolls ready and had already tried to recruit teleporters, but nobody wanted to come. She convinced him, if not now, then never, or else their guild would fall behind. One Ta didn't want to agree, but she insisted, showed him the million supply stock, said they were ready, and they set out. He couldn't believe they actually went. His friend said it was fine. Trust your team, you're the guild master, right? He hesitated. That same day, he made that announcement. The one from when protagonist was still a fat kid who had just awakened. He says it was a coincidence. Jun-Mo asks if they tried contacting the team. Jun-Mo explains they took 10 telepathy scrolls to pass information. The first few weeks were fine. Third, fourth week, still fine. But after a month, something went wrong. In the communication tent at the entrance to the tower, a guy was cutting the scroll to receive a message. But he got something unexpected. He just started crying, desperate. The guy looks like he's losing it. Their teleportation portal starts opening next to them. But dude, the only thing that came out of there was it like this video, folks. You remember that the last chapter ended with Ta-Won telling the story of the tower. He talked about the day they broke a scroll to contact Team 1 that was inside. However, when the first person came out, they weren't asking for likes on a video. They came out shredded, with their guts bleeding and their mouth covered in Heinz ketchup. He looked around wondering what was going on, saying that at that moment, the confidence everyone had collapsed right in front of their eyes. His buddy with glasses falls into his arms. He calls for a medical team, but something strange happens. The portal looks like it's about to collapse. The girl there asks if the telepathy is still connected, and the guy says yes. So she tells him to warn them that a rescue team will arrive at 2 p.m. and that they shouldn't leave. The guy being healed, who I think is the teleport guy, is apologizing, saying all the scrolls were used up. A new monster appeared inside, something unknown. The healers, even SF rank, are doing their best, but man, what happened that they can't heal the kid? Ta-Won is there, stunned, unable to say anything. The guy with the telepathy connection says he'll repeat their words. And then he speaks. Sorry, I think we failed the mission. I thought we could pull it off. I can hold on, so don't rush. We'll try to come back alive, no matter what happens. Damn, those were their last words. After that, they tried to hire many hunters, but nobody wanted to enter a tower where only the jumper George Lucas survived. The ones they tried to recruit were like, I'm not going into Odin's Tower, bro. That's crazy. Another guy in the background says, if you can get out with a teleport scroll, then where's your team? Huh. Damn, this chick here is fierce. She and her pet can't go beyond 5 kilometers, but that's enough. They just want to get a centimeter away. Then he met our protagonist, and now he gets it. So you think I can at least get as far as where the team is trapped? Ta-Won says yes, and that now he's ready to execute the rescue. The guild will escort him to the entrance. No time to waste, but first, they're stopping by Paradise. It seems like a bar. Someone there got punched in the mouth who's hitting who? It's those jerks who were imprisoning the weak guys underground to collect stones. Damn, Yang, the boss of Silver Moon, is not happy about this, just beating everyone up. The guys even say a weird hunter showed up who wasn't even on the Class D list. What's up with that? Boss, wait, listen. So you got your ass beat by a Class E? More beating ensues. Damn bro, they get beaten just for existing. The guy's ordering it up, saying the High Song Guild isn't gonna wait for them forever. Yep, the usual shitty schemes. And since that's the case, he says, I won't repeat myself. Find that guy and bring him to me. Damn, they're coming for our protagonist now. But this boss is shady. He's thinking those guys will fail anyway. So maybe he's considering sending someone else. Maybe that stylish dude. Damn, he's got major swag, 3 rings. The dude looks super chill. It's over now and he's gonna mess up protagonist by pretending to be friendly. His name is Kang Xian, the vice leader of the Silver Moon Guild. Seems like a nice guy, I'll call him Kangwin. The next day, protagonist talking with Junmo, saying he feels like Ta One didn't tell him everything. Junmo asks, like forgot what? Protagonist says, why they want to clear Odin's tower. Protagonist says he doesn't know much about the tower, but he does know it was already cleared in 2012, according to Jumper George Lucas. Everyone only talks about him, bro. When he finished the tower, everyone asked, so what was inside? What were the rewards? How was it? George Lucas said, Odin's tower is empty. The only thing left is a monster. No treasure, no items. I advise no hunter to risk their life for something useless. Damn bastard, apparently you left the final boss behind and are whining about treasure. That's not how RPGs work, man. Gemmo goes, want me to check why? Protagonist says, nah, no need, it's fine. But the door's already opening and look who's there. What the hell? Where'd this luminate come from? Apparently he was sleeping outside the JM agency like a hobo. Gemmo asks, who's this crazy guy? Protagonist says, I called this crazy one to come here to jam. She was all sleepy, but Junmo approached looking like a pervert. Seriously, the girl even recoiled. I got scared too. First thing this crazy girl says is, let's eat. I think her stomach growled, but I can't read Korean, man. They're already at it. Ida Akamasu Dale Dole, she's devouring everything. Protagonist already handed her a number and asks, so why'd you come here to JM? Want to work, huh? She says yes. Junmo asks, what's your ability, dummy? She says it's item appraisal and potion making. But protagonist exposes her, whoever drinks her potion dies. Damn, he roasted her hard. Yeah, girl, your potion just kills people, not much use. But damn, protagonist got a haircut, bro, not even my barber works that fast. The kid got all swagged up and tells Junmo her potions would actually be very useful, for his clones, of course. Junmo already gets it, you want to use it on your clones, you bastard. Exactly. Junmo seems to accept it then, getting her some gear to make basic potions. Protagonist stands up, y'all keep chatting, I got better things to do. She asks, where you going? Dungeon hunting. You're going hunting again. Nope, this time it's not about hunting. She's all confused. Then what are you doing, idiot? But she tosses him something, some mana and strength potions. Arigato for the food, dude. Protagonist thanks her. Junmo asks, what's the side effect of these potions? She says, the strength potion melts your muscles and the mana one makes you explode. Beautiful. Great potions. Outside, protagonist gathers the squad. Let's go, kids. He even promises them good food when they get back. They get all excited. Next chapter starts with a thick-thighed lady. Damn, Chumley's descendant right there. She says she's almost done moving the jewels to the guild. She's about to call in when she spots a mess. Shocked. Who would dare rob Yolo Guild? She activates a detection ability like a free fire minimap, finds the goons, says she knows exactly where they are, and dashes for the portal. But grabbed before she could get there. Damn, she says she detected someone inside the storage. Who is it? She's getting beaten so bad she can't even feel it. Oh snap, it's Kanjin. The dude is so nice, he even apologizes, sorry, but we need those jewels. Throws her down. Did y'all get everything? Yes, sir. All right, let's clean up properly. Damn, they're stealing the jewels protagonist needed for his mission. You bastards. They even set fire to the girl's house. Meanwhile, somewhere in Iceland, we see a spaceship. What's going on? It's the squad arriving, protagonist and company in front of the portal to Valhalla, the one linked to Odin's tower. At the portal, the guards tell him, one Tau is waiting for you. Protagonist is fired up, let's go. He appears in what looks like a stone path, stars around. What the hell is this, bro? He's confused. This the entrance to the tower? This doesn't even look like a tower. And damn, it's freezing. But right there is that supply depot from the guild, where the two of them chat, right? Damn, it was well planned. All the jewels they collected disappeared. They heard what happened. When protagonist walks in at that moment, they all get excited. Oh my god, he's here. Come here, buddy. Yeah, they're eager to have him go out and die with the clones, right? Those bastards. They don't want to do anything themselves. They even put some little jackets on the boys so they don't freeze and off they go. The place where Team 1 disappeared is 40 kilometers away from the entrance. Damn, the place must be huge, man. But protagonist says it's not as far as he expected, considering it took them a month to travel. One Ta says they didn't have problems with food, it was just because of the monsters and the battles. He also prepared 3 scrolls for the clones to keep them safe. Protagonist gives them to 4, 5, and 6, who he says are important to the plan. Protagonist asks, "How do you use this thing, bro?" "Just rip it. It's linked to a fixed place." The girl says they asked Team 1 to check a place at 2 p.m. So all he has to do is go there and there should be battle traces. "You want to know anything else, you rascal?" Protagonist asks, "What will you eat for dinner if I come back with your sister?" Damn confident. One Ta says he wants a homemade meal. The clones grab the swords, grab the potions, and let's go squad of 5. Touches the wall, and let's roll. Our boy sits in a chair, activates the familiar ability, and goodbye, folks. One Ta is already sweating. "Now everything's in your hands," sang Wu. At least the familiar ability is working perfectly and the warriors are moving. But you can already feel the snowstorm is super strong. Even with cold resistance, it's not easy. Seems like there's a frozen city there, bro. Protagonist finally reach Odin's tower. Protagonist feels something weird. It's like he's fully controlling number 1's body. That's because his familiar skill reached level 17. You don't just share senses, now you control it directly. Damn, now it's good, huh? Before it felt like giving mental commands and the body obeyed. Now it's really like being inside the body. So let's go squad. Time to rescue waifu. Protagonist quickly notices the way he came from his clothes, there's no way back. First creature appears, big ice bat. Smashed it, easy mode. While the clones fight, he just analyzes, bro. Class E monsters showing up at the start, always in groups. He doesn't do anything, just watches. The key feature is that there's always a bat boss. Class D monster, bat boss. Dan, real creative name. He pulls the big sword. Actually, he doesn't even need to, the clones already destroyed it. Damn, that was easy. Fine then, moving on. Bats here, bats there, bats everywhere. The guy's already walked 13 kilometers. Wow, that's faster than expected, a quarter of the way. Time for new monsters, some Yetis appear with clubs in hand. But our guy is super equipped, shoots a magic projectile, probably hit the head. 3 provide support from behind and 2 fight up front. The Yeti squad's coming, but the guy is too well prepared. This is way too easy, feels like trouble's coming. A shot here, a slash there, another swing there, and more sword strikes. Our boy's confident, saying it's perfect. If it keeps like this, well, of course, right bro? He started talking too much, the ground, yep, crumbled. Got wrecked. Back at the tent, the girl asks One Ta, "Are you sure this crazy dude will be fine?" He says, "Don't worry." He'd even planned a secret infiltration operation to rescue at least a few people and later bring another group for the rest. But bro, the growth rate of that madman far exceeded expectations. The maniac increased almost 20 points in each stat in just 6 months. His stats are already at the level of a rank B hunter, but like, bro, he's not just a hunter, he's a CLO user. She says, wow, so he alone is like a rank B team. One Ta says that's how he sees it. If the Yola Guild warehouse hadn't been raided, he would be even stronger. She says that besides the ice golem, no other monster on the first floor will be able to stop him. One Ta says, I already warned him about the golem. He'll handle it fine. Look where the rascal already is, bro, right in the devil's palm. He's a little scared, but he's going crazy, already made a little cut with the blade on his finger to coat it in blood and go nuts. Swung his sword, will the golem tank it? The big guy stared. Damn man. Did absolutely nothing, the golem didn't like that, almost headbutted him, he dodged sideways. Now we're screwed, his best sword doesn't even scratch. And the Yetis are still there. It's chaos all around. Damn, but the golem ate the Yetis, stretched out his palm, and protagonist caught it immediately. Dodge, big bomb incoming, rock incoming. The guy's killing more Yetis than protagonist clones. That's suspicious. He says One Ta warned him he has to hit the core, which is right there in the middle of the chest, right yellow. The question is, how are you gonna break that, bro? His magic bullets don't even scratch it. And now the golem's coming with a hammer blow from above. Protagonist tells the clones to dodge that. He dodges some falling stuff, but now he's in trouble. A punch to the face incoming. Tanked it? Nah, number 5 just got hasta lugoed. That's when protagonist thinks, we gotta deal with number 5 quickly. He had a teleport scroll. Oliver the rascal thought of something. He charges forward. The golem looked like he was pulling number 5 by the leg, bro. He activated his leg power. He's almost getting eaten. It's attack on Titan style on the bite. Protagonist threw himself. Looks like he wants to grab the scroll. Oh my god, you're gonna get eaten. Big mouth shut. Oh, what now? Is he inside too? What's going on? The clones outside are looking curious. Protagonist isn't inside though, he's still outside. Fell on the ground, looked at the golem, who's angry, and said, did you like what you swallowed, bastard? What did he do? The rascal made the golem eat a teleport scroll. Oh mother, where's this beast going, man? Are you gonna send him to the base? Little flashback. Right when number 5 was falling, protagonist thought, if I can't break the core, I'll teleport it. Started a portal inside the beast, opened it, and X appeared, a cross in the middle of the chest. Since the only living part was the core, it just teleported and bye-bye. And with that, no core, the beast died and our rascal gained tons of stats. Strength, vitality, dexterity, mana, and finally the clone skill leveled up. Protagonists, they're like, whoa, finally. Different from all of his other skills, this one wasn't leveling up at all. But he says he's not summoning another one now. Yue, bro, I would. No cooldown, would have been good to have one more in the squad. Meanwhile, we see George Lucas the Jumper taking a bath. He gets a message from a digital assistant saying, here are the people who want to see you this month. He sees something that makes him sweat. None of them from any South Korean guild. None, sir. He says, that's absurd. Looks like things changed. Reject all requests and proceed with the Academy inauguration ceremony. This George Lucas knows something. The rascal's full of secrets. Wants to open an academy, talking about 100% of the population. The scene switches to Baldy again. Man, this guy's been beaten up too many times. The chubby guy that protagonist beat up the start is talking to him. Finally found you after that incident, right? Incident meaning getting beaten up by protagonist. The guy asks, how'd you escape the Silver Moon bastards? He says he got help. Not gonna say it was the guy who beat him up. He says, our buddy Chang-won's a little tired, help him out. And then boom, 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 knocking at the door. He opens it. And who is it? Just saw a fist. Bam, threw the chubby dude flying. And look who it is, it's Kanjin. He just walks in and asks, who's the guy that beat up Silver Moon in the hunting field? Let me warn you, you're the third one, they asked. The other two said they didn't know anything. Let's see if you also don't know. Hey, you guys better fail, kiddos. Chubby doesn't know what he's getting into. Bro, he activated his power and went to punch Kanjin-ho, who blocked it effortlessly. Yeah, man, he just gave a little stare, that handshake grip, and Chubby's already on the floor. Pulls him straight up. Damn, that was a punch and blood rain everywhere. Exploded the dude's head. No way. The bald guy said to stop, that he would tell everything. But Kanjin-ho isn't nice at all. He makes a dumb face like, huh? What do you mean? Bam, took another hit to the mouth. You're gonna talk whether you want to or not. Why are you acting like you're being generous? Damn, I thought he was more chill. Dude just looks nice. And he still says, why are you protecting that fat guy? He's gonna die anyway. Don't you feel bad? Took another hit and fell to the ground. Kanjin-ho coming in with the king of stomps. The guy screams, stop, I know who it is. Oh, he's gonna rat out our boy. I know who attacked Silver Moon, he cries on the ground, just begging for mercy. Kanjin-ho turns around the psycho face, saying everything can be solved with fists. Bro, I think that nickname doesn't suit him at all. He's not in. Back to the icy mess, the clones are full throttle, until protagonist decides to slow down because everyone needs to stay alert in this area. It's been a while since they've seen a monster, but they're seeing a lot of corpses. Protagonist realizes it's hard to recover bodies in this place, but who killed all these people? He asks a clone for their location, and it says they're already close. From now on, they'll look for any battle traces left by Team 1. After all, they check everything at 2 p.m., right? So how many minutes left? The clone is coming to stab. What? Madness. Blood splatters. What happened? Blood falls. Actually, the clone defended a stab coming at Prota. There's a big monster right in front of him. Protagonist confused. How did this monster appear out of nowhere? Maybe he has some invisibility ability? You can only see some footprints on the ground. Bro, suddenly an army is surrounding them. Now it explains the corpses. Bro, he can't detect these creatures and are trapped. He tries to pull his dagger. Bro, the monster shoves him backward, but right behind him, a clone slices the thing. Let's go this way, bro. The problem is that while they're fighting, more and more are appearing, or disappearing, right? You can't see them until they attack, apparently. What protagonist finds strange is that the clones are blocking the attacks. How is that possible? Seems easy for this rascal. Then he says, you know what? Let number 1 take over the body. I'm just gonna watch. Number 1 pulls out the cursed sword, bro. He's affected but doesn't care. Let's wreck some stuff. An invisible attack comes, he blocks it. Another from behind. He senses it and strikes 2. Protagonist quickly realizes. As soon as the monster swings, he hears the wind from the blade and can react. Now protagonist realized it won't be so easy to copy what the clones do. He still has a long way to go. Meanwhile, inside the dungeon's subdimension, someone's talking to the captain, who's kinda down. When the guy talks to the captain, it's almost 2 o'clock and they need to check the situation. Everyone's like, yeah, all right, I wonder if the rescue team already arrived. Don't know if they arrived, but some kids are struggling too. The captain stands up, biting her lips, saying she can't even say any hopeful words anymore. She's sure today will be the same, and the sound of chilling ice will be the first thing they hear. But she's hearing some other sound, while protagonist is there just trying to learn how the clones are detecting these monsters. Monsters that don't even have that much stats. Bro, the problem is they're super sneaky, but without the invisibility, it wouldn't be that dangerous. The clones are getting shredded though. Slaps here, cuts there. injuries piling up, and the number doesn't seem to be decreasing. The worst part is that there's no way to estimate, are there 100 more, 10 more, or maybe a million more? Until the subdimension starts showing up, bro, and protagonist knows it's the attack team. He already sends all the clones running in that direction. She sees that there's someone outside, there's a person. Everyone's like, damn, I thought everyone would be excited, but people are kinda like, so what? But the crew is running up, bro. Now yes, some of them are impressed. They were basically dead. She activates some vision skill there. Damn, the crew is coming. Bro, he's bringing all the monsters. What is he doing? But our boy's coming, shielding his eyes. Guys, I came to save everyone. So please, save me. The captain hesitates but gives the order. Let's go, squad. Throws the shield, throws the magic. Help this rascal. The dome pops up, probably someone's skill. The guy starts chanting some incomprehensible stuff. Magic arrow skill activated. A bunch of powers hit the monsters. Our boy's still running. Finally, the first clone makes it in. Our clone was saved just in time, and the crew falls to the ground. Then she closes the entrance and the shield. Woo, she thanks the boy standing there. I'm from Rescue Team 1, hey sup. Guys don't seem too excited about him. Then after a while, the old man asks, you're from Guild CLONES. He's like, yeah, kind of. Let's say I came here at the request of Guild Master Part 1 Ta. The old dude seems happy, saying they really didn't abandon them. The captain immediately asks if a guy named Seong Ta is okay, the glasses kid who escaped. Protagonist says he knows he's alive, but he's not awake. And protagonist notices she cares about the team, right bro? First thing she asked, but he cuts it. My warrior, we gotta get out of here. After all, Crazy One Ta must be biting his fingers outside waiting for you all. We're gonna leave because I brought teleport scrolls. She says, actually. Protagonist like, what now, girl? Already noticing that if there were 10, there should be 9 left. So where's the rest? She all shy, wants to ask a favor. These siblings always asking, help us out one more time, rascal. Protagonist asks, what do you want, girl? She explains that one of their comrades died during the mission. While they were walking, bro, an ambush happened. And their healer was the first to get her head blown off, bro. The old man too, damn if I had defended. Protagonist sees how much she cares about her team and understands. She wants to retrieve the girl's body. She says when the ambush happened, they opened the portal. But it was chaos, everyone ran, and without realizing it, one of those invisible monsters slipped into the portal and killed the teleport boy. So to survive, he just teleported instantly. Protagonist gets it, she wants to save her dead friend's body, so she won't be abandoned and asks, where is it? She opens a spatial dimension, shows it, like, here it is. Protagonist sees it's not super far, but it's also not close enough for it to be easy without dealing with monsters. But as the rascal uses clones, he doesn't mind. However, he lays down some conditions. He'll try to rescue, but if he sees any chance of failure, he's pulling everyone out immediately. The crew kind of agrees. And secondly, only he will handle this. The guys are like, no way, you're alone. How can we let you recover our friend's body by yourself? That doesn't make sense. He says, relax, we're not people, bro. We're just clones. She's like, clones? Scene switches outside just because it was getting too peaceful. Damn, no way that bastard Kang Jin-ho went and hit Jun Mo, knowing protagonist was at his agency. Damn, bro, if you're gonna die now, protagonist's gonna come for you. Don't you dare break that little arm, man. Oh, that mother. He broke Jun Mo's arm. Protagonist, get out of there and kill that bastard. Jun Mo didn't want to say protagonist's name, that's why he was being tortured. But apparently the guy found a paper there, right, with information about our boy. Hunter from GM Agency, named Jong Sang-woo. Damn, the worst part is now that they got the name, they'll know his family. They'll know everyone. And worse, right, the cloning ability. They already know they have to find the real body. Damn, everything's blown up now. Man and screwed. Already sends guys to that address. Look who was there just spying on everything, bro. Crafty, she's gonna grab the information. Arigato, girl, save our boy. But she knows it's Silver Moon, right? Will she want to help? Or will she be too scared to act? What's it gonna be? Jun Mo, beaten up, asks why they want our boy. Kang Jin-ho just says he defeated our crystal gathering boys. Ever heard about it? Jun Mo's like pretending he doesn't know anything about crystals. But Kang Jin ain't dumb. You're stubborn. Huh. You're not gonna tell us. But I know he took our crystals and ran away. We are the victims here. Now it's a whole complex mess because the one who actually stole what they really want was her, right? That pool that was worth billions and millions. While our boy only took a bag of crystals. But she's caught up in the situation now. Let's see how you act, you rascal. Back in the subdimension, the sister says, the cloning ability I know isn't like this. Protagonist says, relax, as you can see, my clones aren't illusions, and no need to worry about their lives, I can resummon them. And he lays out the plan. Number 4 and 6 will stay at the door, holding the teleport scroll in case things go wrong. While he 2 and 3 will go get the body and return. She's like, not really accepting it. The old man says they can help, but protagonist says, I'm responsible for getting you out safely. Then she goes, man, you brought a bunch of monsters. What kind of safety is that? It's true, right? But whatever. That's the plan. Either you trust me or it's not gonna work. She kind of agrees like fine, whatever. Protagonist pulls the cursed sword after 6 months of boosting stats and eating crystals and even got this skill, Passive Monster Devour. Absorbs a part of the monster's stats when killed, 12% chance. That's how he's been growing his attributes so much, but he's not satisfied yet. At the door, he says, alright, let's do this. Open the portal. Damn, it's consuming even mana explosions. Crazy. Number 4, pass me the knife. Alright, number 4 throws the knife. He throws the sword and the demon venom too. Already warns, as soon as we recover the body, you immediately evacuate everyone. The girl says to protagonist, don't know if you noticed, but even when no one was here, those monsters just stayed put waiting for people. So all those he brought will still be in the same places. Crack of fingers, bro. Alright, opens. Let's go, family. Protagonist dashes, the body's right there, let's move. Already sees the first footprint, knows a bastard is coming. Inside, they guard the space and tell no one to get close. The people are like, are you sure? Shouldn't we help somehow? But the sister says, this place is 40 kilometers from the entrance. He didn't get here just running. We have to trust him. Protagonist on the move just hopes it works. But there's already a slap coming from the right. He blocks it. Even the monster got stunned. Damn, the rascal blocked it. And that block was protagonist reacting with his instincts. He's learning to sense the attacks. The bad thing is there's a whole crew around the girl's body. He located it. Heading there, but Clone already took a pass-through slash right in the back. Now the monsters are coming from all sides. Time to use that trick already, opening the pot and drinking the potion. Now with mana extremely boosted, he's gonna fire a huge shot toward the corpse to clear everything out. Man, that was a good sweep. Huh, guys? Inside, everyone's in shock too, right? The guy's got clones, a sword, a knife, a huge shot. The guy's got everything. He already asks number 2 if he can move even with the injury, and he says, yes, man. Then pick up the body, dude. Protagonist feels that the body's mana won't stop flowing, almost exploding. Damn, it's turning into some cursed sorcery crumbling apart. So he's just gonna draw attention. What's he gonna do? There's an aura coming from above. He's surrounded on all sides. The 2 clones are collecting the body. He tells the boys to run, stomps the ground, throws everyone into the air. The 2 clones take advantage of the launch to land in front and run toward the portal. Whoa, they made it like it's nothing. That's way too easy. She says, arigato gozaimasu, the boys arrive. They're already cutting the scroll. The old man says, don't cut it yet. There's still a crazy one out there. Protagonist says, it's fine, bro. It's just a clone and that one can't be saved anymore. Oh man, that's sad. I mean, yeah, it's just a clone. The poor guy, he did so much and now got wrecked. He even looked back. The girl didn't even want to abandon the protagonist's clone. Damn, that clone seems super conscious. Not sure if he shed a tear there, tipped his hat. See you on the other side. Bring my clone back and revive him already. But with all that explosion and those shots, the Monster Devour skill activated several times, absorbing the ice essence from many creatures. Strength, reflexes, mana, cold resistance. It just doesn't stop. Next chapter starts with someone slicing an apple and saying, Mr. Sion-tae, today's the day they'll execute the rescue mission, and it might already be over, so it's time to wake up, dude. His finger even twitched a little. I saw it. Meanwhile, at the guild base inside the tower, a portal is opening. They run toward it. Bro, will it be the team? A hand is coming out. This montage reminds me of the guy who got wrecked. Is another wrecked guy gonna show up? They're scared. Hand over the chest. When he opens his eyes, Oni-chan. He's speechless. Bro just crying, all emotional. Meanwhile, protagonist waking up in the chair. First time he did a kamikaze move. The sister tries to act tough. Obviously, who else would it be? Saying stuff like, I bet you caused trouble while I wasn't here, huh? But he just hugs her. Shut up, you idiot. Everything's fine now, okay. And then she cries too, especially because it's her fault that the girlfriend exploded. She says she was sure nobody would manage to save them. She was so scared. Now both are emotional, everyone's watching. And the crazy guy at the hospital woke up too? Huh. Bro, you were waiting for them to come back just to get up from bed. Slacker. Protagonist, they're looking at his stats, and the clone comes bringing his sword back, all happy that he gained a ton of attributes. Until one Tao says, Mr. Hunter, and he turns, what's up? Arigato gozaimasu. Nothing else he could say. Protagonist like, what's this, dude? I only accepted the job because you guys paid well. One Tao says no, from now on, whatever problem protagonist has, you can call him and he'll help. You better call him soon, protagonist. Actually, you don't even have to call, just tell him. Cause you don't know yet, but they're beating up Junmo too. Protagonist goes to return the scroll he didn't use, but Junmo says, relax, anything you didn't use on the expedition is yours. Protagonist says, you're crazy, man, this belongs to your guild. I'd feel wrong keeping it. The guy accepts it back then. Protagonist, maybe you should have kept it, but too late now, the greedy guy took it back. The sister says, wow, he was here the whole time, and one Tao says, yeah, he stays here while controlling his creatures with familiar skill. Poor girl finally believed it. She thought it was all a lie, just to calm them down. And Won-ta just watching, wondering how strong this kid is gonna get in the future. But for now, he still looks like a fool. Outside, protagonist's like, "Ah, you're gonna get busy now, huh? Won-ta, yeah, I need to check everyone's health and also prepare the funerals." Protagonist then gets flooded with notifications because, well, the phone didn't work inside the dungeon. Huh, what's going on here? When he looks, he's already in shock. We got a problem. Junmo was taken by Silver Moon guys. She's following them right now at location XXX. Protagonist already grinding his teeth. "Sir, I have to go somewhere else." Won-ta, "Why?" Protagonist already says it. Junmo was kidnapped by Silver Moon. He asks, "But why by Silver Moon?" Protagonist already knows, man, probably because I fought with them at the hunting field. Won-tae, being a smart guy, pulls a scroll out of his jacket and says, "If you're heading to Silver Moon, take this with you, bro." Protagonist says no, but Won-tae insists, "I told you before, we'll give you full support." "Bro, if you were giving full support, you'd go with him, but okay." At the entrance of Silver Moon, all the fools waiting to get beaten by Protagonist are already lined up. Meanwhile, our potion girl is just watching. Someone calls her. Whoa, she got caught. Man, I thought it was Protagonist arriving to save her, but no. It's some crazy guy asking what she's doing there. She's screwed. Or not. Wait, Protagonist comes out from a portal behind them. Man, how'd he pull that off? But it's too late. The dude looks back and Protagonist already chokes one guy out, 2 clones surrounding the other with knives. The girl hasn't even reacted yet. Protagonist already wrecking them. Where's Junmo? The dude's almost crashing windows. She even says, "Stop, you're gonna kill him? We can get info from him." "Yeah, let's go like I was about to kill you, fool." Then he just ties up the guys and asks, "Where is he?" She says he was taken to Silver Moon's storage. Bro. Protagonist, "Alright then, wait here." Damn, he's bringing the whole crew. Run, everybody, run from the storage. Inside the storage, Junmo is waking up after being beaten and sleeping. Kangwin's there. "There are so many guilds, dude. Why'd you have to mess with us?" He even wonders if that buddy of his, Sang-woo, is gonna come help. Another guy says they heard Sang-woo went abroad, so it'll take him a few more hours to get back. They're even thinking about ordering iFood while waiting, but then bam, a huge hit at the door. Now you're screwed.